Well, a viewer turns to KBOI2 News saying a worker harassed her because her service dog was in her shopping cart. The grocery store tells us no one broke any laws under the Americans with Disabilities Act. Well, Denny Hawkins cuts through some of the confusion in today's True Squad report.
Meet Harry.
High five.
Also known as Dirty Harry.
Good boy.
He comes as a packaged deal with his owner, CJ.
I don't have children, but I would say that it's like having a child with you constantly. He is uniquely in tune to me. He is a lifeline.
Harry is a medical alert dog. He stays with Adams everywhere she goes.
That's a good boy.
So when she and her husband went to WinCo earlier this week, Harry was along for the ride. He sits on the bottom of the shopping cart so he doesn't get stepped on.
My issue is keeping Harry safe and keeping him close to me.
But Adams says her effort to keep Harry safe became the issue. Adams says that day a manager told her several times that she had to take Harry out from under the shopping cart. But she says there's nothing under the Americans with Disabilities Act that says he can't be there.
It's humiliating, okay? It's degrading. I was singled out because I have a disability that in order to be in public, I need this service dog.
As a rule of thumb, ADA laws state that service dogs are allowed to go anywhere that the public can go. But the Idaho Human Rights Commission says pieces of that law may be left up to interpretation on a case-by-case basis.
Is there any law that you know of that prohibits a dog from being in a shopping cart?
It's not a simple yes or no question, I guess, and the guidelines don't offer anything very specific.
WinCo says that's where the law falls short.
There is no requirement of the law that requires us to allow an animal to be in or on the shopping cart.
Reed says WinCo allows service dogs in its stores, just not in its carts. He says the company implemented that policy to help keep the carts clean and to protect people with pet allergies.
And the law just leaves it out in the open, so we do have the ability to make our own policy.
And the Idaho Human Rights Commission says this gray area has only gotten more confusing over time.
Well, there's more and more animals doing more and more services for people with disabilities, and that's what's expanded. And so, you know, it's not always obvious what the service is that the dog performs. And so that's where the questions come.
Denny Hawkins, KBOI2 News.
Well, under federal law, these dogs do not have to wear or display anything that identifies them as a service animal. The ADA requirements and rules can be tricky to navigate, so we've posted a link to a quick rundown of them on KBOI2.com under News Links.